This is the Negro Ninja, and I'm gonna tell y'all a story about how this chick, kind of annoyed me by trying to sell me something the other day, okay? And now what's funny about women trying to sell stuff is that it has the same dynamics as the man trying to get some pussy, okay? Same dynamics, okay? And this is why women like to try to play the little flirt game when they are salesmen, or when they're trying to convince you to do something. They got to go to their comfort zone. Usually it's a bitch comfort zone. Chicks feel as if they got control of the dating game or whatever. So that's why they get so flirty. That's why I don't really like chicks can't necessarily just be professional at a job. They got to be a woman. So they just bring out the flirtatious stuff. Hey, bring out the flirtatious stuff. I'm like, if she was not flirtatious, I think this would have ended better. Secondly, you got to look good to be flirtatious. So I was a little annoyed at that. Okay, so I'm sitting up here minding my own Negro business. Okay, minding my own Negro business, going to the P.O. box. Okay, I parked the car and there's a chick. Okay, I see two chicks. Okay, and it's a Latina chick that kind of look okay or whatever. She's not bad. She got, she had a little booty on her. Then the black girl was there. That's the one that was talking to me. Okay, that's the one that wanted to sell me something. While the better looking Latina woman, she acting more subdued and stuff, trying to act like she don't see Negroes and stuff. They be playing that little game. You know how chicks will try to do it. They'll try to set you up for the ugly one to talk to you, or they'll try to set you up to get the ugly one in general. They'll do you like that. So she was on that game right there. Okay, so I'm just talking. I'm walking. I'm in my workout stuff that I'm always in, and then the lady just pulls me to the side and basically just say, "Hey, what's up?" or whatever. And I'm like, "What?" And she was like, "I'll see you on your way out." Okay. And she was like, "I'll just see you on the way out." And I got my mail, and then I came back outside. Okay, now wait, this is what she said. This is the first thing she said to me was this right here. Okay. The first thing she said to me was, are you over the age of 30? I said, yeah. No, she said, are you over the age of, yeah, she's over the age of 30. Yeah. I had on my mask and everything. Okay, and she said, you're a lion. You don't look a day over 28. Okay, so she already trying to come off like that, chicks don't really know how to talk. They really do just flirt, They really do just flirt for real. So, I'm sitting up here doing my thing. Okay. And then when I come back out, she just started asking me questions like, what do you do for a living? I'm like, she all up in my grill, asking people what they do for a living. Like I said in that old video, chicks be acting like they don't want to answer questions about numbers. Okay, but they always ask you questions about numbers, And when a woman sees an erection, she's not getting aroused off the fact that you have to see her. She's getting aroused off of the fact that she thinks she see a roll of quarters in your pocket or whatever, So it's on that type of BS. Okay. So the thing about this is, she on that type of approach. And once again, this is how she looked. She's not exactly the pretty type. Okay, she was black. She was about like 2 shades darker than me. She was also chubby. Like her stomach kind of, hit. You know how the chicks be, they'll have like skinny legs and like a chubby stomach. She wasn't the worst looking chick in the world, but she didn't look nowhere near as good to try to come at me the way she did, And she was kind of cocky, just cocky with it, little cocky, flirtatious vibe about her or whatever. Okay. And I'm sitting up here just thinking to myself, this chick here really think that she thinks she's doing something. Because I guess, chicks, people get on the road, they think that whatever they doing is working because they get results. Little did she know who she was dealing with. Okay. So she just talking to me. I'm like, why is she talking to me? Okay, and then just all up on me, all cocky. And I don't know why black women do this the most. They be the most cocky. A lot of times. Well, not black women, but black women that look like her, like the chubby type of 2 shades darker than my complexion, type of chick, And I ain't trying to be mean to them, but you got to put stuff in perspective. if I could deal with rejection of being handsome and I look a million times better, you know, women need some constructive criticism, but I ain't go that far. So what happened was, I'm sitting up here trying to go about my business. She asking me something that made me feel uncomfortable. What do you do for a living? I'm like, what are you trying to get me to do? She's going to say, yeah, donate to this charity or this. I said, yeah, I don't really have time for this at the moment. And I just kept walking. Now, that should have been the end of the conversation right there. Okay. That should have been the end of the conversation. I'm moving. But she said, wait, how much time do you need? I got all the time for you. What type of time do you want? I said, hey, look, if it's not about sex, then I ain't got nothing, you know, it ain't really worth my time. And then she quickly said, well, have a good day then. Okay. Have a good day. Okay, and she looking at me like I offended her. Okay, now I'm finna break this down to how hoes trying to make a sale to you is no different than niggas trying to get a bitch's phone number. Okay. So, you know, I'm already feeling uncomfortable that she's talking to me. I don't want nothing to do with this particular chick. She ain't my type, not even looking good as far as my standards go. Okay, so that's just, even by anybody's standards, a chick with a stomach like that, come on, really? Okay, and I'm a pretty lenient person, but, you know, I don't play that non-body having stuff. You don't play with me like that. So, and she just coming at me with flirtatiousness, like she just know that's gonna make her get me to do what she's, you know, what she has in mind or whatever. Okay, and she feel more comfortable. Okay, once again, she feel more comfortable because she figured the dating game, that's a chick's element. Why not combine that with sales? I'm like, first of all, the dating game is your element, even if you ain't, you know, in sales. Okay. I'm like, dudes like pussy, but we don't like pussy that goddamn much to just fuck with you, you know, just for looking the way you look. And like I said, it pisses me off because of how cocky she was. Okay. Now, if the shoe was on the other foot, okay, and I came to her like, I'm just handsome. Ooh, I'm so handsome. I know I can bag you if I wanted to. Me not even acting like that, she would feel that way if I approached her. You see what I mean? Okay, so the fences is already up. You know, a handsome man approaching chicks. They don't want to feel like they are on a what you call that type of word? They don't want any restrictions. They don't want any boundaries. They don't want any order. You know, because in her mind, he think he look good. He think he's supposed to just get the pussy. So they'll just go out their way to play games with you. Okay, and she knows this, but she comes at me looking nowhere near as good and expecting to make a sale and then get offended when I say if it's not about sex, it's not worth my time when she's talking to me in a flirtatious manner. Okay. And how do you get insulted when somebody that looks better than you is coming at you like that? Okay, how is sex an insult? Ooh, let me just give you some dick. Okay, and I had no intentions on fucking this chick. Okay, and I already knew she was gonna cow off, you know. And I just basically told her that to get her the fuck out my face, you know. So that's just how you have to do with bitches, you know, like, you know, because chicks will just try to sit around you and they'll try to attach themselves to you and don't want to act right. You know, a lot of that comes with them just talking and it don't lead to nowhere. Putting you in the friend zone, act like they're your friends, like something is going somewhere and they got no intention of taking it nowhere, even though she got the power to and no distractions. Okay, and they'll just try to do you like that. So sometimes you just have to lay your dick on the table. Okay, you lay your dick on the table and rebuke these hoes in the name of Jesus, more or less. They flee just like demons. Okay, because you letting them know that you're not trying to waste time. We ain't trying to waste time. I'm trying to waste semen on your forehead. Okay, that's what they fail to understand, and that's what they know when you're just not fucking around like that. Okay, you lay your dick on the table, they get the bitches away from you that you don't want to be around you, because she either gonna shit or got the pot. Okay, now that's, you know, oh, this, she was just looking at me all strange and stuff as I left or whatever, as I was backing out and all this type of shit. And she was just looking at me. I'm like, why is she looking at me like that? Okay. Dang, I low-key want to put my feet in this water. I don't know if I should put my hands in it, but that's the waterfall right here. But yeah. Okay. So me telling her that it's an insult, but if the shoe was on the other foot, that'd just be a rejection, you know. Because that's one of the only times when a chick will approach a man, you know. They don't approach because they're supposed to. Okay. They don't approach because they're supposed to. I'm showing that lady lining up with me. But they don't approach because they're supposed to. They only approach when they want something. That's all. That's what it is. That's what sells. That's the only way bitches will approach, when they're trying to get you to buy some shit. Okay, and it's the same concept. She wants your money if she approaches you in dating half the time. You know, she'll approach you like a chick will just approach when they feel, you know, like they can just prey on you or something. It's always a game with them. Okay. It's always a game with them. I'm kind of just going through the motions with this video too. I might have to redo this some other time and make it more polished. But I like the outdoor scenery, so I might keep this tape. Okay. I don't know if y'all saw that lady over there, but she was just over here kind of sitting. Not exactly close, but she was diagonally there at first, bending over and shit. Like she low-key wants somebody to approach her, but I'm like, I ain't got time for that bullshit. Y'all always on that whole shit. I always want somebody to approach me and you'll play games, so I ain't trying to do that shit. But yeah. Plus she, you know, is not exactly young, so what's the point? Like, why go through that type of bullshit, you know, for some aged pussy, you know, when it's full of game? Ain't this a bit? Both young hoes and old hoes play the same type of game. Yo, approach me. I just want to feel like I still got it. That's how the old hoes act. But at the same time, young women act like that as well on some type of level. You know, I still want to see if I got it. Can I attract handsomeness and shit? So once again, I just don't play with them like that. If a bitch can come this far, she can go all the way. That's the way I see it, you know. But I'm just rambling. That's why I'm doing this little freestyle. You know. Oh, that's the waterfalls. Okay. But I'm really just trying to show y'all that she's lining up with me from all the way over there by that stage. Hopefully the camera got it. But like I said, it just bonkers. Let me tell you what a bitch did to me on the way here. I was getting my car vacuumed out, okay? And it was a black hoe that came right there wearing the most skimpy shit I have seen in a long time. It was like she was outside in her underwear. And I was like, oh damn, because I was hoping that a hot chick could come right here, you know. By that time, I was pretty much done with my car anyway. Okay, so what this bitch does, yeah, she'll get out the car, and then she's trying to act all modest while she's wearing some shorts that's all up in her ass crack, okay. And then she sees me, then she tries to sit down and pretend to be modest. And then, you know, when I shut my door, got in the car and shut my door, she looked at me dead in the eyes. Because first she was trying to act like she ain't see me. Then when she saw how I looked and whatever, bitch started bending over as I had to go. I'm like, these hoes ain't shit. You know, that's another reason. Like, you gotta be dumb to think it's a man's duty to approach something that's just full of shit. That's like a Rubik's Cube make more sense than that. You know why a Rubik's Cube makes sense? Because it's meant to be solved. A bitch is not. Okay. You don't solve a bitch, you play a bitch. That's how that operates. Okay. You don't solve bitches, you play bitches. Okay. That's not a real woman. Okay, because you don't solve real women, because real women help you solve your problems. Okay. But I'm just putting this up and ending and then just, you know, come back and do a more polished version. So this has been the Negro Ninja bringing you your Negro message for today, Negro.